as I say every day, I think it's very important that you find the time to tune into these briefings, even if you watch it later at night. But knowledge is power as we deal with the coronavirus. Key to keeping you and your family safe is having the best, most accurate information, and it changes a lot. We're about to get into a phase of the virus containment where there's going to be a lot of changes, there's going to be a lot of new rules, a lot of quote-unquote new normal for how we're going to live our lives. So try to tune in here if you can every day, and we'll make sure to do our best to keep you informed. I also hear from many of you that when you tune in, it's a bit of a sigh of relief, and I hope that's true. I want you to know I have great confidence in how we're handling this, where we are in the virus, that the fact that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, that we're planning for what comes ahead. And even though there's a huge amount of hardship right now in Rhode Island, and I hear it every day from so many people, we're holding our own. And relative to other states, we're doing very well. And I want you to know we're really on this, and things are going to continue to get better and stronger every day as we move ahead. As you can see from the data on the screen, our hospitalizations and number of cases and number of ICU hospitalizations is holding steady. We have 321 new cases today, and you can see from the yellow line, we appear to be, as I have been saying for probably a week now, at a plateau. You know, we're not seeing a decline, but we're also not seeing an increase, and that's really good news that we're at a plateau. It doesn't mean we're out of the woods. You know, you see a slight uptick in hospitalizations over the past handful of days, a slight uptick in ICU, but it is a plateau, and that's something you should be proud of and feel good about. If everybody continues to obey the stay-at-home order from now until May 8th, and if our numbers continue to look like this, flat or declined, then it is my intention and goal to allow us to enter phase 1 of the reopening on May 9th. If, however, the weather turns nice, everybody rushes out, people start to think about what's to come, and they come out of their houses, they start to go back to work, they congregate at the park, then our cases are going to go back up, and I will not be allowed to let us lift the stay-at-home order. And that would really be a shame. So hang in there with me, buckle down just a bit longer. It's the right thing to do for you, your family, and frankly, the rest of Rhode Island, because everybody is anxious to get back to work, and we are anxious to let as many people back to work as possible. I continue to get questions from the public, members of the press, but how will you exactly know? And as I've said, there's no one thing. It's a combination of our hospitalizations stable, our cases stable or going down. Are we able to test everyone within 24 hours that has a symptom? And then this is a very important one. Are we able to test the most vulnerable communities on a daily basis at the pace that we need to? That means nursing homes. That means communal living, healthcare, congregate care settings, like developmentally disabled group homes, DCYF group homes, businesses where there's a risk. It means in the inner city. It means in the Latino population where we've seen a spike or at least a high incidence of cases. So my team and I have a mountain of work to do in the next couple of weeks to reach into every community and make sure we're doing enough testing and contact tracing so that we know when May 9th comes, not only are our cases stable, but the system is ready so we can keep everybody safe. So that's our job. We have a lot to do. Your job in the next 2 weeks is to stay home, no matter how anxious you are to get out of home, and that way there we can keep everyone safe and begin to get back to work May 9th. I have a handful of things I need to run through today as it relates to the crisis. So the first is I want to say a few words about the federal stimulus monies that have come into the state of Rhode Island. On account of the excellent work by Rhode Island's federal delegation, Rhode Island has received over $1.5 billion of federal stimulus monies to date from the federal government to help us deal with the crisis. In a state the size of Rhode Island, $1.5 billion is going to go a long way. I will say we're going to need every penny of it and then some. We have 180,000 people who are out of work. We've spent tens of millions of dollars on medical equipment, ventilators, hospitals, PPE, testing, and there's more to come. But I want to be very clear about this. Every Rhode Islander, I believe, owes a great measure of gratitude to Senator Reid, who's the leader of our delegation, most senior member, Senator Whitehouse, Congressman Cicilline, and Congressman Langevin. You see me every day. You haven't seen them every day. But I want you to know they've been working day and night and on the phone with me every day. Governor, what does Rhode Island need? And quite frankly, very simply, they've delivered. $1.5 billion, they've delivered. And they've all told me they want to continue to deliver for the people of Rhode Island. All of them are fighting continually. This morning I talked to Congressman Cicilline. He is very focused on making sure we can get more money for wage subsidies for low-income workers. I talked to Senator Reid. He is in there every day fighting to get more money for Rhode Island, to help our small businesses. Senator Whitehouse is very focused on our hospitals. He's been terrific. Congressman Langevin is very focused on making sure we don't have to do massive layoffs. Teachers, firefighters, people in state service. So it's just important for me that you know we have, in my judgment, the best federal delegation in America, and we're going to use the $1.5 billion to stand this economy back up, shore up our health care system, and get Rhode Island back on its feet. And throughout the next 12 months, as we deal with the crisis, keep people safe, tested, and have the PPE that they need. So I want to go through a little bit of how I envision allocating the money. The biggest chunk of money thus far that we've received is $1.25 billion, which has been wired to the state of Rhode Island from the federal government, $1.25 billion, in a pot of money called the Coronavirus Relief Fund. And I'd like to outline a little bit of how I envision allocating that money here in Rhode Island. A certain amount has already been for nursing homes. You know, nursing homes are at the front end of this crisis, and we want to make sure that we're there for them. A certain amount will be for temporary supplemental pay for the lowest wage healthcare workers. We've already started that. Hospitals are going to need a hand. Hospitals in Rhode Island and all over the country, they did what we asked them to do. The President, the White House, the CDC, me, every governor asked hospitals to stop doing non-critical procedures. They did that. Having said that, they are struggling because of it, because that's a primary revenue source. So I plan to use some of our COVID relief fund to help hospitals and stabilize the healthcare system. Other components of our healthcare system, as I said, nursing homes, home care, DCYF group homes, DD group homes, all are going to need help to get through this crisis. Public safety, we're going to have to allocate a certain amount of money for public safety. Public safety personnel are working overtime, taking extra precautions, using extra resources. They're there for us. We need to be there for them. Our cities and towns. Every city and town in Rhode Island has incurred significant expenses throughout the crisis. We'll continue to incur those expenses to keep residents safe. We'll have to make sure that they have resources. In addition to allocating the $1.25 billion to these very direct costs, extra hospital beds, PPE, ventilators, testing, contact tracing, the categories I just mentioned, our federal delegation worked incredibly hard to make sure that governors would have the flexibility necessary to meet the full needs of the crisis. And what the Treasury Department put out, U.S. Treasury put out guidelines as to how governors are allowed to expend the money, and they include a category for quote-unquote secondary effects. Primarily, those secondary effects are to help the economy. Right now, we have tens of thousands of Rhode Islanders out of work, businesses closed, directly because of the COVID crisis. And so I intend to allocate a certain amount of the $1.25 billion to help people get job training, people get back to work, small businesses get through the crisis, manufacturers, whatever it might be, and we don't know what that might be, but we know that there have been massive, quote-unquote, secondary effects in this economy, and I'm going to work with the federal delegation within the federal guidelines and rules that have been put forth by the United States Treasury to make sure that as many of these dollars as possible get into the economy, get into the hands of Rhode Islanders and the hands of our businesses, so we can begin the hard work of lifting everybody out from this economic crisis. And make no mistake about it, it is an economic crisis. Yes, it's a public health crisis, it's an economic crisis. And I want you to know we're going to be working hard to use as much of this as we can within the guidelines to help Rhode Islanders who are out of work and to help small businesses and all businesses who have been so sorely affected by the crisis. Throughout the process, I will be 100% committed to transparency. Within a month, we will have kind of an online portal where we will have a complete accounting of all the monies that we're spending, that the public can see how we're spending the money and how we're allocating the COVID relief funds. I intend to invite stakeholder engagement, so we make sure we hear from mayors, hear from hospitals, hear from nursing homes, hear from small businesses, so we work together to get this right. Obviously, I intend to consult with legislators in the state of Rhode Island to make sure that their voices are at the table and included in this discussion, and of course stay very closely aligned with our senators and congressmen, and of course most importantly with the federal government, Treasury, Government Accounting Office to make sure that we're ticked and tied as to how we spend the federal government's money. I want to say one last thing. Everything that I've just said is very preliminary, and I cannot emphasize that enough. So I'm trying to provide a sense of how our congressional delegation and I have started to think about allocating these monies. It's going to change. Why is it going to change? Because there's a lot of unknowns. For example, I hope I am working for, and our delegation is working for, an additional stimulus from the federal government to help our state balance our budget deficit. I've spoken with our legislative leaders in the past few days. We have a really, really tough job ahead of us to balance Rhode Island's budget. None of this money is allowed to make up for lost revenue. So I am putting my faith in our federal delegation to work in Washington to get another stimulus to help balance our budget. Our unemployment insurance fund, obviously, we're sending a lot of money out the door in unemployment insurance checks. There's the possibility more federal money will help us to replenish that. There's a lot in discussion every day around how much will be compensated from the federal government for the National Guard, how much FEMA will negotiate. So without going into every detail, I just want to say, I promise you, you have my pledge to work hard every day to get as much from the federal government to Rhode Island as I can, working with our senators and congressmen, to put as much of that as I can right into Rhode Island's economy so we can breathe life into this economy, and to be very transparent, recognizing that I need flexibility. Congress intentionally drafted this legislation to provide governors around the country with flexibility because it's a very changing landscape. The good news is, because of our senators and congressmen, Rhode Island did very well. And when you think about where we are in this fight, this money is going to go a long, long way to helping us. And I know I'm grateful to have Senators Reid and Whitehouse and Congressman Langevin and Cicilline on my team, on Rhode Island's team, to deliver for us.